Hello YouTube, Stanley Pacion. Had I been born perfect. Remember, I told you how I handled Alex. He was a bad case, eh? What with his doing 8 bags of dust at a time, and then visiting local bars. So sick, upchucking right on the patrons' jackets while they sat there, all innocent. People on their stools were having a drink. I didn't talk to him for years, refused all contact. I was afraid. People had not realized how great my fear. He occupied my thoughts night and day. I thought he might wind up in jail, or dead, or a victim hooked up like some medical experiment, doctors without options, practicing last resort medicine, wires and tubes, and parent witness to nightmare, the nasty ordeal when intervention takes place during hospital emergency. It's not death, for death is but a word. It is the way of it I feared. I called it love, my having nothing, absolutely nothing to do with him until he went for help, because he seemed unable to help himself and ceased the shit with which he played. I didn't know what else to do. Once he called me and said, "Dad, I've got the monkey off my back." But I hung up the receiver. Didn't let him explain. I couldn't take it. No more bullshit. I knew he was still in the circus. And Billy, a surrogate son, you know the story. I treated him the same cold shoulder, not talking to a months on end until he realized our friendship depended on his treating his own 2 boys like a proper father. I wanted him to put his children first in life, and I meant it. Forget about my smile and easy charm. It's never smart to test my resolve. But darling, when it comes to dealing with you, I find no form of human love prevails, no mere earthly style or mode of affection works. Oh, the poetry. Look to the poetry I write for you. My heart wells up the warmest regard, right up to the breaking point in poem after poem. I try to portray how great, how utterly abandoned, I declared, were fate to bring us to terrible juncture, a crossroad where all choice reduces to either my life or yours. Gladly would I give up mine. I would die for you. To proclaim the veracity of your physical beauty, I wrote Red Roof Inn. I spent a year and wrote Now Voyager for you. The time when in Brooklyn I found you, that early, that rainy morning, I knew you were treasure. You, the reason, I wrote Serendipity. And that I might attest to your strength of character, express my fondest feelings for you, I wrote then, over and again, I rewrote Dream Children, verse which pictured you in future time, the mother of our 2 children. Oh, the tender thoughts you on my mind, beseeching you, and ever so softly, so gently, I sought to touch upon the strings of your heart. And the letters, they are all love letters, and we have a pile of them. When in this correspondence I said it wrong, overstepped a line, wanted propriety, and for those errors in judgment and phrase, the anger, when I fell, put my own bruised feelings before yours, heart, and failed to acknowledge the gift that your inspiration had brought me to new life. I implore you, please forgive. Whatever I lacked in intellectual power, whatever defect of character blocked good sense to say it right with care, still it was you, your well-being foremost in my life. My intent was proper. I wanted the best for you, and you know it. And though I wish you forever well, such love you might not find again. Yet I doubt all my love allows you any easier asleep. And one wonders what technique, what kind of human love might lessen the pain, the disorder troubling you, and calm the upset delivering us to this grisly end, the final stages of our romance. Here I pray to God. I fall to my knees, such the will to believe. Ask that munificence be granted. The Almighty do on earth those things that I had failed to do for you. God's will be done. Had I been born perfect, how I regret when a child I wasted time playing with crystal sets and in the basement of my parents' home spent hours profligately upon imaginary laboratory tables with chemistry, meaningless experiments with liquids and powders. I wish that I had been born perfect, a man fit, capable of grand devotion, the kind of guy who might do you real good. I would have turned about, practiced the illusionist's trade, and trained until I possessed every trick in the book. Then I could live within the mirror, work the conjurer's art, so that when you went to look, when you fixed a gaze upon your own mirror image, instead of you, the reflection staring back, my picture of you, the way I see you, the enchantment, my awe, which is you whenever you stand before me. And you and I would never lose that magic. That image of you so bountiful and pure, no confusion, still and quiet and safe, you never fade away from the center of sight. There would be light, love, and just approval. And it would be my voice ringing through the reflecting glass, your search at an end. No more whispers of doubt. All courage, end to frailty, sadness no more. We would come to the world without poverty and know only hugs, freedom, and peace. Were that the case, had fate conspired to have me born perfect, a man fit, capable of grand devotion, the kind of guy who might do you real good, I would have turned about, practiced the illusionist trade, trained until I possessed every trick in the book. Then I could live within the mirror.